uniform for LSU back in 2016. That was against Texas A&M. Hit 5 threes in that game. Cooper down the paint. Oh, he's good in traffic.
Sonic extra long ultimate cheesesteaks. That wouldn't work.
You said you have the protocols are in place. You have the allotted people to play the game per the ACC. We're hooping. We're playing this game, and hopefully we beat you.
Schools. And he set the all-time NCAA record against Ole Miss with 13 games to go in the regular season. John Brady, the former LSU head
conference tournaments and the tournament here. We're just over 3 weeks from Selection Sunday, and the last name that was on that list is going to be the winner, folks. I mean, you know, it was a fait accompli.
So LeBlanc at the free throw line. Cooper with a slow start but a good finish. I mentioned the starters have been pulled. Somebody might have a ladder in hand. Thor to the free throw line. Dennis Felton and Georgia won that SEC tournament. They were
big finish, Isaiah Jackson.
Well, staying on that offensive glass. You know, he's been really playing well with the rebounding.
And there is Cooper getting to the rookie season.
Yeah, and you just have to, if you're Kentucky, you just got to keep battling away. And this is where not having 20,000 fans would be nice to have them help you. Good recovery there. Cooper initiate the contact. That's what I always look for. Who initiates the contact? But second foul on Mintz, may have to make a decision there.
Cooper lines it up. Off the mark.
Cooper will get it back, obviously, in around 10 seconds and under.
Cooper against Toppin. Penetrates, fades, and hits. Sharife Cooper executed for Kentucky.
Yeah.
Nothing that intricate either.
No, just a simple set down, and they're running him plays for his 7 to 10-foot jump shots.
Cooper goes down hard. And this is the youngest team Bruce Pearl has ever had as a head coach. Cooper sets in and out. Rebound, Cardwell. Cooper on the dribble drive. Beautiful fake.
Or pepper, I don't know.
It's a lot of salt. It's very salty. Cooper, great handles. Whoa, rejected. Do not go.
Shooting it much better. He was 3 for 5 the other night in the loss against Arkansas from the three-point stripe.
Transfer from Wake Forest. Crafty play. Cooper off the drive to Askew. Had it knocked away by Cooper. Turnover Kentucky. Get into it quickly. Cooper can't hit the three. No.
Remember in the first 4 minutes of this game, Kentucky didn't look smooth on the offensive end. They're kind of settling back into a bad groove. Nice block again inside. That should be a grab.
33-28. Auburn leads it with 1:24 to go in this first half. High screen, Akingbola. Jump shot goes. Gets it back for Flanagan. 10 to shoot.
Well, the zone has been just enough right here in one possession to get Auburn thinking, what kind of defense was this?
Cooper shifting gears, lost it, going to Askew with a purpose.
No.
Rejected. The power of Thor.
Very nice.
Kentucky has never led, and Auburn
blocked. What does he do? He makes an adjustment on the fly and flips one back out to a guy they've been trying to set up all afternoon.
First lead of the day.
First half. Now all of a sudden they're dragging the ball to the middle of the floor, driving it to the ball, and then kicking it out. Much easier way to shoot the basketball.
12-2 run bucket. And obviously every team is going through this, but when you're churning through new freshman after new freshman, continuity is such a big key. Jackson. Boston. Wow, off the rim. There was no hesitation. Boston, all of his points have come from beyond the arc. Working it inside. Cooper has it blocked. Transfer gives Kentucky an 8-point lead. 4.5 to play in this second half.
Small versus big right here with Jackson.
Cooper, a three. Too strong. Rebound. Thor taps the ball to himself and controls for Auburn. Cooper, step back Jay. Rims out. Flanagan and Thor.
Blue jerseys, didn't it?
It sure did.
Nonetheless.
Cooper to the rim. Hangs. Can't convert. Brooks for the flush.
Yeah, what a great answer by Kentucky just then. One that they obviously needed.
Cooper gets in. Reverse no.
To the basket. Obviously Cooper, who has had some troubles driving it to the middle of the lane. He's a guy who's going to probably be featured.
It's Cooper.
Wow.
Rejected. Jackson.
Behind Dylan DeSue and Scottie Pippen Jr. been looking for that third guy. It's kind of been a revolving cast of characters because you know what you're
in conference tournament title. They're trying to figure it out against a Vanderbilt team who is hungry and I think improving night in and night out.
That shot is blocked. 4 minutes of hoops. Took the lead briefly. Vandy just took it back, and let's see what Auburn does here. Cooper to the rim. It'll belong.
Franklin, then if you watch, he's trying to say he's too little. Watch after he makes this shot. He puts his hand down just to say too little. Dylan DeSue, 6'9". He can say that against a lot.
Nice drive by Sharife Cooper. 2-0 to get us started. And Auburn stormed back. They went on a 12-0 run, took the lead. Vanderbilt fought back late in the first half to take the lead and lays it up and in.
Beautiful job.
That's it. But still, that was a shot, though, right? Take it.
Shot. He's been rolling tonight, too.
Cooper, how about that? Oh.
Classes together.
See on your screen a really good game coming up at 4 Eastern on ESPN2. Arkansas and Missouri will go at it. A block. Cooper.
You can't have any of those reps. So for him to drop in that first game against Alabama, and mind you, I know Alabama lost today, but Alabama's legit. Get 26 points, 9 rebounds. 9 assists.
High off the window for 2. Cooper on the quick counter and 1. He midweek. And now he's back out there with his guys. They are not at full strength, by the way. Hadim C is unavailable.
Out of the post and keep him from getting deep post position.
Averaged close to a double-double last year at ASU.
Bro is insane.
Grew up, of course, in a basketball family. You've probably heard the stories. You know, sisters in the WNBA. Dad is an AAU coach. And now
matchup zone or not, you've got to find spots for him. That was the first time he's got it in the high post there in the elbow. It was still effective.
Cooper trying to weave his way inside, swatted. He'll have another opportunity, so we'll try from downtown.
Right now, he's very comfortable.
Under 4 minutes to go.
Flanagan keeps trying to.
And he got lost in traffic. The temporary double on Cooper. They'll come and get it. Has not scored in this second half. Shot clock down.
Good hustle and save there. Beautiful. They won that 1-3-1 matchup with Cooper in the middle. You want to get the balls we talked about earlier. Whoever's right by him, make him match up with you there. It's a mismatch, and Romello White exploited it. He's in real trouble. You want to call timeout, and they got one.
And they get the turnover. Cooper gives it up for Thor.
Love playing with each other back in high school in AAU ball.
Their AAU coach was Amar Cooper, Sharife's dad. Mr. Cooper was a pretty good show back in the day, and if you can hang with your kids, there's some money to be made, especially as you saw the ESPN rankings. Sharife projected the 9th. A heave and a miss on an empty possession. Rebounded by Thor. Here's Cooper, open floor. Took it down with him. Thor.
You'd probably give him space, wouldn't you?
Sure.
Dare him to make a shot or two. Instead, when you get up that's close, that's what he does. He goes by you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Jamal Johnson squared up Wheeler at half court, and then there was a high pick. He just went right through the defense.
Second half. Consider this. Georgia scored 1.14 points per possession in the first half. Anything over 1 in the college game is pretty good.
Cooper Jungle know anything in Auburn Arena, but a home team that's up and down, space it out, usually their advantage.
Wow. Cooper able to get inside.
He's a bit faster. It doesn't allow the Bulldogs to set up or change defenses. If he can attack right away.
Downhill. Kamara grabs the miss. Got it.
What big play.
15
Good
for
pass.
Kamara. He had Thor right in front of him. Georgia hasn't had issues with the Auburn press thus far tonight, but the pressure getting dialed up a little bit with 1:42 remaining.
Period. He dropped 29 at UCLA, and he had plus 20 in games against Dayton and Marquette. He was Cooper one time. McEachern, a powerhouse in Atlanta, won the game, but Adam Flagler was really impressive against a powerhouse in Georgia.
It's a 7. Cambridge can't hit. Offensive rebound at Auburn. Sets it back up. Cooper.
For John, his passing is way more dangerous, even though he's averaging 22. It's a high volume set of shooting.
Goes to the goal, puts it in off the glass. 9:13 mark. Ball fake, Cooper, step back, wouldn't go, and Butler unimpeded puts it in. Jared Butler now with 9.
Nice screen inside by Everyday John.
And Baylor back on top, leading by 3. A minute to go first half. Cooper gets inside, left hand, wouldn't go.
At the rim, but all 3 of those guards are capable of making those high paint type shots or those mid-range floaters.
Cooper, shot reject. They got a great look at it from Mitchell.
Good rescreen. The defender went under and Mitchell knew exactly what to do.
Mitchell kick to the corner. Butler spins it up and in. Wow. Jared Butler, nice move.
Scott Drew certainly did not like that call. Oh, man.
And now they're starting to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, John, his kid started his career at Baylor last year. Teague and Mitchell, they have all 16 points for Baylor to start the second half of the first 6+ minutes. So you'd expect that from 3 guys who are as good.
Tennessee, and that comes your way tonight. Top of the hour, 6 Eastern, and then number 1 Gonzaga taking on Pepper.
The country, both coaches, they're very close friends. There's ties here to both programs that we've gotten into before. They still want to try to play. I don't think it's going to happen.
Baylor trying to improve to a perfect 16-0. The top 3-point shooting team in the country. Big day today, including those 3 threes.
They got a great class coming in. They've got a kid by the name of Jeremy Soch.
It's Pinson guarding Cooper. The blow by lefty scoop, and the rebound to Drew Smith. Bola picks up the dribble. That's a long 2. Cooper had the full, just 1 of 6 from deep, but with the 2-point advantage. Now Cooper breaking down. Pinson flew by Wilmore. Cooper baseline, switches hands, tipped back in, and Auburn scoring 12 more points a game with him in the lineup. He's got a 3 short. Now, and continues to lengthen the lead. Cooper on the drive. Tillman slapped it. The freshman from down the road in Powder Springs, Georgia. With 7 points, make it 9. 5 assists tonight.
That ball into Jeremiah Tillman. A good look there for Conzo Martin.
1-point lead again for the visiting Tigers. Tillman may get credit for his 5th-ranked team this year. Everything seems to be aligning right now for the Tigers at this point in the season. A lot of momentum. And with a 3-point lead, Coop Cardwell with the board. Here he goes again. That time, good deflect.
That way if they want to win this one on the road.
The Wizard. 7.
Make a play, and that's what they do. Get Cooper in a position to be successful and let him go.
Sights on the end zone. Rolls through. 21 points and 2 steals for Drew Smith. He's guarding Sharife Cooper. That shot wiped away by Till.
They kind of knocked him back as a coach this year, coaching his team.
Yeah, as tough as it has been for him personally, you know, when you talk to Frank, it's all...
Literally, Arkansas committed 2 guys to him when he got to that half-court stripe and got the ball out of number 2's hands and made someone else beat him. And for about a 12-minute stretch,
Our business-friendly climate, a skilled and growing workforce, and a high quality of life. Ohio is better for businesses and employees.
Because rebound, the kick out to Kusnard. Still
ones you gotta
struggling to dial it in. 1 for 7 in the first half. As a player, when the tough love comes, well, I know he cares about me and I know he's interested in helping me get better. Those are the moments that have been hard to come by. Appreciate that. That means a lot, Jimmy, and I did have a good back and forth with Chris about that. It was a terrific moment because, you know, we've something that I've always dreamed of, but to pursue whatever it is you want to go after in this amazing profession that we're all a part of, and really that's the hope. You know, the conversations I have with people like, you know.
And Smith puts Arkansas on the board.
Transition defense for both of these teams will be paramount in this game.
Saves this possession.
Jalen Tate is really a ball-hawking defender.
Franklin, 2 off the bench already for number 4 in blue.
And that starts getting in your head, Roy.
And Cooper went short. Cooper the rebound.
Yeah, needed to make the extra pass there. The throwback to Vanover was open. Vanover was open.
And the putback is good, but it's like before everybody else does. When you talk to coaches and scouts, they're watching his vision. He's one of the highest rated prospects that Auburn's ever signed. Off the mark. Sills off the mark. Karams back to the Tigers. That was Cambridge.
Sills' slump continues in terms of shooting the ball. Right now, all
back. That did not touch the rim. Shot clock did not reset. Cooper, silky smooth. Give him not 10 to shoot. Deep 3. Cooper connects. Right?
Go ahead. I know you want to say it.
The mid-range master. Cooper, so easy, missed the chippy.
It is such an unbelievable, unique skill.
First points of the night.
I talked about impacting the game in different ways. The Hogs flexing their muscles on the offensive glass a little bit.
I mean, you think about it, Akingbola, Jalen Williams. I mean, Flanagan's gotten his hand on a couple, it seems like, at times.
I know you want to pressure Cooper a lot. Keep the ball out of his hands. But you cannot foul 70 feet from the basket.
Third foul on day.
Stop the guy with the ball.
Tigers haven't scored in the last 2+ minutes. Largest lead for Arkansas.
Does scrubbing grease feel like a workout? Scrub less with Dawn Ultra. It's superior.
Davis against Flanagan. Now on Johnson. After Arkansas trailed by 19.
Well, he's done it in an efficient way because he's 7 of 12 from the field. And this surprises me a little bit. Auburn's going to play this straight up.
Is Boston still in the starting lineup?
Olivier Sarr and Isaiah Jackson up front with Vince, a good three-point shooter in the backcourt. There is Cooper. He goes to the rack, can't get that to go. But if they want to, now's a good time as we pick it up with 16:46 to go, and we've had one field goal made. But an offensive board for Auburn.
Grab at the first media timeout, we had 16 total rebounds in the first 4 minutes, so we are on a 4 rebound per minute rate right now. Extra guard and Ravi, can you win that fight? Okay, so these two guys aren't going head-to-head right now in the matchup. So Boston just needs to disregard that, win his fight. Right now it's against
3 of 5 from the floor, 2 of those three-pointers. So what would you say to Cooper? How would you coach Cooper when it comes to shooting?
He'd only made 1 3-point shot, but he made 19 free throws. He is a 2-point part of the floor point guard. And that's where you have to get him in this game if you're Bruce Pearl. I'm not so sure Florida
for Baylor.
Yeah, I'm not so sure Florida State's not the best team in that league. Breaking them down, getting ready. They won today without Scotty Barnes, who's the ability to stop and have great breaks. Throwing basketball. Mitchell was really good with it on his play. Avoided the travel, kept the ball alive.
Like I said, sorry, it was Brooks who had that. You've seen a little bit different Olivier Sarr in the second half than you've seen for much of the season. Points in the paint. He's a very good shooter. How would you describe this fight? 48-43, under 8 to go.
I'm at a loss. I'm going to show you something that's really not there, and when you make the pass, I'm going to take it away. And a big momentum thrust by Auburn.
Mid-sits, Allen is back on the floor for Kentucky. Down 6 with 2:10 to go. Askew wide open.
Tigers lead at 8-4. Cooper attacking off glass count in his first basket. Auburn.
I like the conversation we had with Bruce because he talked about finding out that Cooper was going to be eligible around 11:30 at night, I think.
For a veteran coach to do something like that?
I don't think so. I think that's one of the beauties of a Bruce Pearl. I think he reads the room as well as any.
Cooper attacking. How about the patience that time? It comes up short. Georgia gets it back, trailing by 7. Bonus rest of the way. Cooper taking his time again. In and out. And the rebound finally claimed by Horn. Cooper launches from three-point range off the mark, and that caroms out of bounds. I think you would be shocked to learn that I did not know that. But aren't we just a fount of information tonight? Cooper, the spin. But Auburn 7 blocks in this first half. It feels like they have about twice as many.
Yes, it does. Great
Cooper. Sure. Kyer turns it over. Here comes Cooper. Easy basket. Cooper with 8. I think that's a bit of a work in progress. 5 on the shot clock for Cooper. There he goes. Inside off glass.
NBA ready guard I've seen in the country. I think he's living up to that. And Okoro, who does more things than just score.
That's not an easy challenge to face, right?
Well, for Georgia, it changes the way you play totally. And for Auburn, remember this, it wasn't just Okoro.
If you don't have 10,000 crazy fans breathing down your neck 24/7.
I know this, the road teams in this conference last Saturday.
Officiating crew was taking a look at that last sequence to see if Wheeler came down with a foot out of bounds. We'll take a look as well, Mark.
And their leading player was another former SEC coach.
Cambridge the basket. You're over my head on this one.
Providence.
You have a certain lineup on the floor, but 13 blocks and a lot of those right at the rim. It's been impressive. In a trailing big. Thor will check out. That's his 4th foul.
The quizzical thing to me in this game is.
And a foul on the attempted rebound.
shoot the gap defensively. Johnson
game in terms of makes. Just 5 of 19, but it has not mattered.
This will be one of the challenges, I think, going forward for Georgia. If they're
well, the highlights, plenty to choose from. Patient, shooting has been there. The vision has been outstanding.
It's not so much his
19 points, did not start. He's stuffing the stat sheet as well with the 7 boards, the 4 steals. He's got a couple of blocks. Flirting with 100 points tonight on the road.
That Arkansas-Oklahoma State game sticks out at me.
Yeah, too many turnovers. Flanagan in particular, and he should be able to clean that up now with Cooper running the point and Sharife looking for his first basket. In fact, both sides looking for a bucket. And the swat in the lane from Williams. That triggers the break. Cooper bothered on the shot. Terrific hustle by...
Pretty good recovery right there.
Cooper. Barely.
He's struggling to score as he should, but if he can get himself going defensively, the offense will come.
Cooper, and one off the window. The third McDonald's All-American they've ever had here, Courtney Barber, and then I think you remember Frank Ford. Shackelford the open 3. 4, weak side, and here comes Cooper with the push to the left side and in. Cooper with the takeaway. Cooper starting to feel it. Cooper directing traffic, tried to wrap it. Second chance, got it.
Out of the Cats.
Vandy's got a fun one to watch. Scottie Pippen Jr., one of the top scorers in the league. The other big freshman around the SEC is Cam Thomas.
Foul him, knock him down, do something.
He's got fouls to give. He'll try the 15-footer and around him down.
We are in the defense optional portion.
Here is Cooper to the left, into the lane. Count it.
All right, a lot of guys say keep your eyes on the rim.
Or the best that they've ever brought in here. Of course, they have. Ellis only had 7 trips to the line prior to today. Trying to continue what has been their best SEC start in 34 years. 3-0 alone atop the standings. And Cooper one-handed up and on for that young man to arrive. Only been able to practice with the team for a couple of weeks. Getting the start today. And
man, if you're going to beat Auburn, assuming Cooper's smart enough to stay, you better do it this year because Thor.
Petty on Cooper. Senior on the rook. Cooper baseline pass picked off.
Great defense by Alabama on Cooper and off the ball.
Jones had it blocked by Thor.
Tell you what, Petty's doing a nice job on Cooper. Got to give him a little.
Here's Watford. Rebounded by Dylan Cardwell. Devin Cambridge picked up his 3rd foul that last trip down for Auburn. Chance for the Tigers.
And help certain teams that need to bolster their resumes in different ways. This goes across leagues, from the SEC to the ACC to the Big Ten. How they fill in some of these games will be interesting to win.
That street.
Good
inside, all alone, and Cambridge couldn't finish it. So slow out of the gates for both of these teams. Cambridge again finds himself by Jackson.
Yeah, keep in mind, both of these teams block about 6 shots per game, so everything should be contested, especially down deep.
Both top 5 in college hoops.
Have done that a little bit at the defensive end, especially under the basket.
Auburn had lost 3 in a row to Baylor, Georgia, and Ole Miss. Jumper play in this second half. Cooper against Askew. Cross, switch, lob it up to Flanagan. Using the window, Patation Boston, all of his points have come from beyond the arc. Working it inside, Cooper has it blocked, retrieves it. Flanagan will try. Try to make that move on the baseline. Thor gets a piece. Cooper. Thor, a three. Challenging, slam down on the follow. Keon Brooks Jr. climbs the ladder.
Yeah, two guys trying to block a shot. Nobody gets a body.
Thor. Wow. Congratulations, Kentucky basketball director of communications, Eric Lindsay, and his wife Stephanie welcomed a baby girl into the world this week. Adeline Ruth Lindsay. The basket. Under 2 minutes to play. Auburn down by 4 to Kentucky. Cooper needs help. Lob it in. Thor turns, bakes it in.
Much more of a Commodore game right now.
Little run out by the Tigers. Here's Cooper. Nice
There
pass underneath. Auburn's missed 8 of their last 9, but that
almost in the first half. Almost half of the Commodores' points tonight.
Now, Cleavon Brown. His first basket. Woo! And right back, Auburn comes. Another alley-oop.
Vanderbilt.
Thor gets it to Cooper. Sharife, 4 points tonight, 5 assists. Long three from Johnson, and he got it.
Very rarely do you make mistakes, partner. We understand. Very rarely.
Going to be eating at me for a while.
Teams in the SEC. 4 1,000-point scorers on this roster. A lot of upperclassmen for the Rebels. Thor in the lane.
And that's a lot of advice that a lot of coaches will give. Guaranteed money, different value for the first-round picks. We'll see if he can play his way into that spot, but that's the reason he can. That vision against the zone.
Remain undefeated, go to 18-0.
Gonzaga had a battle the other night against Pacific. Heads up. Great job. Getting that
work. He loves the process. When we talked to Bruce Pearl about it, he was in the gym whenever he could, even though he wasn't working out with the team. The first half of the season.
Solved. I'm not your guy right now.
No, you're much better with a Farnham discussion about Houston and the Saints of Our Lady of the Lake.
11 a.m. local time start, but they were sleepwalking for 25 minutes in what seemed like the biggest game in the conference. You win that conference game, you're up 4. The SEC is pretty much a wrap. But they didn't show up.
Schuler tried to beat the shot clock buzzer. Cooper, long bounce pass. And the ball screen for Cooper, who reads the double team, so he drops 3 fouls for Alan Flanagan in that first half for Auburn, the only guy who found himself in some trouble. What a look and a fine for the 9.
Fantastic minutes. He just checked out of the game, but that freshman has been great. 8 points. He's got 5 rebounds. He's had great activity. He's understanding how to play behind the zone. It's been impressive. He's been trying to get it to where that SEC is in the weak part of this 2-3 zone, but just not been much movement of the ball or players in this possession.
Flanagan contested. Oh, and the follow and the flush for Romello White. The quick counter. Cooper finds
answer.
Schuler. Short on the shot. Thor has it.
They got numbers, 4 and 5.
Oh, terrific no-look White. Back-to-back swats. And the lay-in.
This has just been tremendous.
Game because Georgia loves to push it and score in a hurry, and we know what Auburn does again in this building. They want to get the tempo up, try to score it as fast as they can also. 2 field goal attempts. He had 5 points, his lowest output. First time he hasn't been in double figures this season.
Pretty. Shot clock winding down again. It's now at 3. Screen for Cooper. It's at 1. He gave it up late. They got it off with the buzzer ringing. It was one of the worries of Bruce Pearl coming into this one. Georgia goes down 36%. You mentioned this game could get fun if it gets going up and down and guys start hitting shots. To whose advantage would that be?
Well, it's usually the home court advantage.
He's got a dozen.
You know, Fagan did that in both Ole Miss wins. He attacked their 1-3-1. He could get it in the paint and could finish.
Where he was overplaying his left, the dish and the dunk. Kamara pays it off.
4 buckets this half alone. Uncontested. Have a run. Can they defend? Now, my feeling, if I wasn't looking at the scoreboard, I would feel Georgia was up double digits. I would think it was 11 or 12. They're only up.
Almost dribbled it away. Instead, he holds on to it. And then a reach-in foul to stop the clock with 22 seconds left. Third on Cambridge.
Look at it.
One of the things I
that
like
was
about
a really
Baylor's
good-looking
guards is
shot. They just
sprint.
couldn't finish.
Well, to that point, to that point, John, they have. I think they've gotten Cooper to struggle going to school on those shot blockers. He just pulled up. He said, "I can make this 12-footer. I know the analytics guys don't like it, but I can make that."
Inside, catch.
Already. But there are 3 guys that come off the bench are essentially starters, and everyday John, Meyer, and Flagler. This team will be top 5 or top 10 next year. Even, well, he was great on TV, but I think he's going to be coaching at Auburn for a while because they just love his energy. And as he told me last night, Auburn's great at everything.
He didn't know what happened.
You think Anthony Jordan said that to Kobe? You know, Dane's son did this the other day. Nice feed and a 2-hand stuff for Dylan Parton in the live game action. Mitchell Smith, the senior from Arkansas, drills the first field goal for Missouri. Lob on the baseline. Cambridge Williams. Cooper attacking. Excellent feed. Akingbola's open. Akingbola with another block. Now it's Cooper. Errant pass and got it back. Moore wants another. Caught it.
Getting a routine during the game. And I'm really happy for Tillman because he's had a tough few years in terms of just roller coaster.
Alan Flanagan, the Auburn Tigers. Mark Smith. Rebound to Williams. Cooper. Lob it up. Cambridge. After rising to 12th in the country, trying to stretch its win streak to 4. Looking for its 5th road win here in Auburn. Chris Moore. Got another 3.
A threat on offense early in the shot clock.
Both these sides can put up some points. Defense in recent weeks. Cooper. JT Thor will try for 3.
And Bruce admitted yesterday that the challenge now of keeping his guys motivated with no seed to play for, no standing to play for, nothing in Joe Lenardi's bracket.
Because we're not built for followers. We're building for leaders. Check out ohioisforleaders.com/TV.
Delivered on the money.
The numbers on Jamal Johnson. A.J. Lawson back to the free throw line. This was a priority when we talked to Frank Martin this week. Need A.J. to be aggressive to
off. Tough to defend, hard to guard. It all starts with Sharife Cooper now with 9 assists in this ball game. The lean back 3 is going in for him right now. Everything.
In Big East. You
vote.
It's really an odd time. And those programs have different issues of why they've gotten to that point. I look at Kentucky's roster right before the half.
Yeah, final seconds here. Auburn has hit 5 shots in a row. They've also gotten to the line. And Cooper can get a first half.
You're an official that hustles and you bust your tail and you don't shortcut the close downs so you can save a few steps going the other way. If you're an official that hustles and works.
And a high quality of life. Ohio is better for businesses and employees. Because we're not built for followers. We're building for leaders.
Third start. It's 4th start, rather, after 3 games back before tonight. Presented by Farm Rich. Allows Flanagan to move off you. 3-point shooting. I'm curious to see if that starts to change course this evening. Just 1 of 16 from downtown. He'll feed Flanagan. And of course, he doesn't have to shoot it. Just enter the paint. You're going to have second thoughts about it. Look at the lob. Wide open is Williams, the easy.
And watch Sills deny the ball back to Cooper. Out on top.
Cambridge collects and fires.
Coach Calipari why Toppin was given the technical foul. They call Cambridge with the foul on the floor.
A little bit. Looked like Cambridge kind of rolled into his leg, and then Toppin took advantage of the situation. So I'm just going to step on over the top of you. I don't know if it's a common foul was called on the floor or flagrant.
Buzzer shot off the back iron, and here comes Kentucky. Baylor Bears have been outstanding. They're the only team that is in the top 5 in both adjusted offensive efficiency and adjusted defensive efficiency. Here's the shot. Foul on the floor. Looks based on the reaction, it's going to be called against Card a little bit. Let him simmer.
If you care more about low taxes than Talbot.
That was big. This could have been a 10-point game, and Cooper just kind of habit passed by him, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yep.
Kentucky's defense.
Rich, second start for Sharife Cooper, the 5-star. Alan Flanagan in a more natural position. Instead of having to run the point, J.T. Thorpe off a career.
Ahead.
Jalen Williams, first basket, 14-6. You can see little flashes of what Auburn has been, and Rebridge did.
A breakdown defensively, and I think what we're seeing is we're seeing Georgia's offensive struggles impact them on the defensive end.
Got those quad 1 wins.
Well, think about this. The committee is still going to answer these questions. Who did you play? Who did you beat? Where did you beat them? When you start evaluating that with the play, created the loose ball, and then Johnson was able to finish. Again, Cooper finding a big. Ask me again.
Flanagan benefits Cooper, right?
Oh, there's no question. The hat.
Wheeler, the step back. Elbow J, well short. A rebound claimed by Akingbola. Here comes Auburn. And Cambridge. Well, every Georgia run that we've seen this evening has been matched by Auburn. The bounce pass. Cardwell attacking.
13. But he has not had the luxury yet of playing with one Sharife Cooper.
Sure. Here's Wheeler penetrating.
Oh my goodness. There's that rim again.
Incredible. Approaching 6 to play. So not only is he going to get there, he's got a chance to exceed that first game production. And
I think we'll get a much better feel for Cooper in the second half. After he breaks out of a sweat, but has a nice find there.
Wanted that kid, but the thing I like about Bruner, he just kind of is calm. You know, you can tell he's an older guy. He did not get to the ball side of the rim, and Petty just cut right in front of him for a layup.
3-ball from the corner. Cooper able to split the double, and the oop of his own to Cambridge.
Like he's 28 years old playing.
He has been solid so far. On the receiving end from Cooper with the one-handed flush. Alabama has the upper hand in the previous 162 meetings before today.
The reason I said earlier, possession, that was not a tough play.
Petty looking to make it 3. Good game. Marty and McGee, Feinbaum, You can watch the game and listen to the Alabama radio broadcast, and then, of course, SEC football final to wrap things up.
That's how Auburn played in previous games to this. Get the ball, put your head down.
Yeah. He wasn't that close, but I love his moxie and aggression to do it, man. Down now, right? He's crisp and clean again. But I did like the beard. He had this sage aura about him beyond his skills on the court that we all know so well. But in all the
nice here's Shar putting it down low. He gets it stripped by Cambridge, who got a piece. Nice interception there by Boston. Too strong. Rebound bounces off of Flanagan. He does track it down. Break opportunity, and it's right through the hands of Javon Franklin.
It's a big question.
Off the inbounds, Thor kick to Cooper with Auburn leading by 4.
Step there a little bit out front by 15 feet away. And then the threes continue to really work well in the spacing of the floor. He goes Askew again with his hands defensively, triggering. Make sure you get set and you get a good shot right here.
Flanagan drives, kicks.
Keep driving it.
And another travel.
Yeah, we've seen Cooper do that the second time offensive end, and obviously with Kentucky too, but if they can continue getting scores and build on the confidence.
Cooper lost it underneath. Break opportunity.
I've really seen a change of defense here tonight, right? Now look, they're trapping the ball screen for Sharife Cooper to get it out of his hands. A excellent pass. Williams.
Good deep post touch there and finish. That's something Auburn's going to have to worry about, is keeping people off that button. Jalen Williams do a better job keeping him off the block, drives his draft stock up. Because you saw his shot, kind of leans back. He's already small, under 6 feet tall. Leans back, kind of a set shot, flat-footed. If he can find a way to knock.
West Virginia, they've lost 5 of 7. Miles McBride, 29 points for the Mountaineers. Also, late night Monday night, just short, so Alabama's first loss. There's still 2 games in front of Missouri in the race for the regular season crown. But that is the last line, and it's a 2-possession game under 8.5 to go. Cooper had to take it away. Auburn now just up 3, 5.5 to go.
Talked about turnovers at halftime. Could be an issue. Ole Miss top 10 in the nation in turnover rate. Here's another one.
Should have won
fair
that
to
game.
say they gave it
Won
away.
that game. Yeah,
You get
I was
outscored 12-0 in
disappointed.
the last 59 seconds.
I was disappointed in Alabama a little bit. The start of Alabama.
Fifth highest 2-foul participation in the country, Tom Crean. At 38%, meaning he plays his guys 38% of the remaining minutes. He's looking for a blow by. Got it. High off the glass. 4 seconds left. They turn it over. And an all-Georgia in transition. Got it! Wow, big-time 3 by P.J. Horn. And Georgia's opened up a 13-point lead.
Tremendous at denying inbounds under. Scott Drew brought everybody away from the basket, and it opened up the lane for the cut. This is great. It's been all last season going up against Butler, Teague, and Mitchell. You don't think that helps your game?
Flagler with 7. Oh, shot rejected. Nicely done. Jalen Williams throwing back the effort from Davian Mitchell. And then a step in. Butler takes it away.
This is a Boston College word, but that's not hyperbole.
Oh, wow. Throwing it at me, huh?
I'm throwing it at you. Look at that magical movement right there.
Tip out. Meyer, triple.
Money,
got it.
Money, money, money. Yep. He's like the character actor in a great...
Auburn plans to do, just get the ball in Cooper's hands, let him go to work.
A little bit of extra energy in the building. Cooper turns it over. He's been great at that. The lob wins against South Carolina and previously 6th-ranked Tennessee. We figured this would be a compelling one. And a whistle on the drive in at the free throw line. Cooper has got to find someone and just barely beat the 10 count. Smith jars it away. Up ahead to Pickett.
Come back, a deeper dive, NBA style on Sharife Cooper. Against Texas A&M, their one win in SEC play, and now he's 6 of 7 from three-point range this afternoon for all his points, 21 on the board, class, and you know that everybody's dreams are important to chase, and everybody should have the opportunity to do that. And it's wonderful that
the first 3 of the night here on the road this evening. Off the steal, Flanagan. And Cooper traveled. I open inside. That was too easy.
Remember, Conover had such a good game when these two teams played the first time with 17.
If you will, a roster with so many different new faces. You talked about old, young, experienced, non.
Yeah, they played a lot.
Good. Ware blocked from behind. Cooper lost it out of bounds. First one to 60.
Think about this, and we all see the game differently, but you describe Clemson as the best defensive team in the country. I agree with you, Ravi. Get out and run and put pressure on folks. You just got to make the one-footers, right?
And that would help. Brooks, though, uses his body, and he gets it to go.
Ravi, Baylor and Texas Tech after this.
Do you think either one of these head coaches will find their chair on the bench tonight?
They both want to win. They both want that first conference victory. Confidence has been contagious. Fearless. The second he steps on the floor this evening. And a foul called. No, they're going to say Auburn.
Competitive spirit of Johnson that the Georgia staff talked about.
Three seconds remaining. Cooper's got to hurry. Lost the handle. I mean, he may have one in him tonight by the time it's all said and done. Attacking. How about that move? The finger roll.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is a pretty good name drop. But he told me, yes, absolutely, that you can.
Offensive foul.
But I'm anxious to see.
And just 2 of 5 so far from Auburn. Cooper. And pass picked off.
That's 6 turnovers.
Stripped out of there. Heading the other way with it. Herb Jones gets the late. Johnson for... I thought it looked like they said it was a charge. Ball fake. And a foul.
You mentioned seniors. Herb Jones made the right pass on the drive. Then when he got it back.
Alabama trying to get to 4-0 in the SEC for a showdown with Kentucky on Tuesday night. The Tigers looking for their first SEC win with the arrival.
They've been playing. Villanova came out. Those kids just wanted to play. So you just don't know how these kids are going to all react from the layoffs or not.
Off the drive to ask you, had it both great. But if you made me decide, I would say 5 and 5, John. You know,
and they are two. Is it those two teams clearly?
Is still as a cutter without the ball and a three-point shooter, but he has to get where he's dragging defenses with him on the drive.
They've eliminated the 15-footer from the game plan. That shot chart the other day against LSU was amazing. All threes and
The way Bruce Pearl want to start the half, because a lot of the issues in the first half were just mental mistakes. They've talked about things they want to take away. They want to talk about how to things.
Thomas, first attempt of the half.
There and try to double clutch and get into your body. He does it so well. And when guys, shot blockers, kind of leave their feet at the same time he does, he tends to win that battle.
Difficult. You feel for these college kids.
They tried to toss it into Flanagan. Turnover. 5-2 lead for Auburn. Jumper doesn't go for Mintz.
6'10" tall.
Back to single digits. 67-58 Kentucky. Mintz is open.
500 days playing just minimal minutes in his high school career before getting to Auburn because of transfers and kind of just this.
I don't know, man. I hope you didn't look it up because.
No, I didn't. I will now, though. I promise you.
Hey, I'm wondering. I'm wondering.
Some pressure from the Tigers. McBride now.
So the body blows are getting to the basket, getting to the free throw line, which will soften up that defense a little bit in regards to jump shots. Like he's on broil right now.
The team leader and 6th in the conference came in with 36 3-pointers. He's now up to 41.
He's undersized at times because he's really playing the 5 position in this lineup, but his speed is what he can continue to use against opponents.
Thomas fires top of the key. That one bounces around and right through the disposal for the Auburn Tigers. Out to 8. Here's Evans. McBride fires.
So you got to be aware of how you want this game to be played and what pace you want it to be played. Ole Miss wants it in the 60s, low 70s. Auburn's
and 3rd scorer so far today, with White carrying a heavy load. And a shot clock.
According to my wife, probably more so in life too. I got to work on that. But long story short, he should have looked to turn the corner and try to make a play for himself.
Shot clock's down to 5.
There it is again. Get somebody a ball to touch in the high post with
just a game. Probably a good idea to have your own agency, right?
Yeah. I mean, hanging with Mr. Cooper was a pretty good show back. I'm surprised they won a violation, but regardless of miss, and Georgia comes down to 4-point lead, 4 to go in the half. Tamani Kamara.
And Auburn shooting it well to start this second half.
Chris Moore only got a 2 on his long jumper. Matter is nothing if he's not coachable. He did just that.
Super play defensively, bad play off.
Auburn, he's watched his team turn it over 3 straight times down to the offensive end. Coached Kansas team.
Well, Danny Manning once told me that the greatest performance he's ever seen in Allen Fieldhouse was the first half. Texas against Kano, rookie freshman of the year back in 02-03. But they want to be passers first.
Yeah.
Baylor understands that. Garza.
Cooper gets inside and Sharife answers.
Consideration for geography when they put the bracket together, they will be the 1 and 2 seeds in the field of 68. So the only time.
But that's just not going to be a position that he's going to have success in as a big man trying to move his feet against the fastest player in the SEC.
Bridge.
You run with him, he's going to get the ball to you and reward you. Cambridge with about his 20th alley-oop recipient.
8 for Sharife Cooper. Here's Drew Smith. First, a big top 25 battle on Thursday. 6 ties, 2 lead changes this half. And Missouri down.
Oh, man, is that not Auburn basketball? Just when you say kind of going prevent mode, it's like, no, let's stay aggressive.
Jalen Williams, a 6'8" guy, can play the 5, just knock down that first 3. Very difficult team to also stay in front of. And it's a This is a South Carolina defense today, Beth.
Point lead. 4 of the 5 starters have had a hand in the scoring thus far. Kusnard will try for 3. 9 assists on the Crimson Tide. The game changer was late when John Petty moved over on to defend him the last couple.
Because he's so talented and so patient, and it just seems so easy. But I'm also telling you what we're reading. You saw it today. I saw it as well. Him and Moses Moody, as a matter of fact. Arkansas strictly in the paint overall tonight, 14-11. Sills off the mark, have their first lead, and here they come for more. And Sills traveling.
Out from behind, Jackson coming off a game in which he had 7 blocks. Picks up his first today. Allen's 3. The team's missing key players. Assar comes away with one. Passed it to Mintz, gets it back. Mintz is in the paint. Boston almost uses him like a screen. Just a shot. Here.
Yeah, I think that's certainly something you could sell to the Auburn fan base. Wheeler couldn't get the bounce. It'll be tracked down by Kamara. And a fresh 20. Open look from down a game, and there were probably 10 to 12 plays just like that. Lobs at the rim that were beautifully executed. Cooper played a major role there, and we're seeing front end of the 1-and-1. Dogs get it back. Kamara left open.
Facing the floor. I just think Cooper plays with such a high basketball IQ.
22-point advantage now for LSU. The WCC is in a tough spot in terms of seeding.
When you're not playing in front of 20,000 people at Rupp Arena, you come in a young team and you're not rattled all that much as you normally would playing assist. He kicked it from the left side to the right side, then back to the left. That's what you want to do to trigger it.
Rejected. It's more on the interior. I had these 11 games of the season. The NCAA was still investigating his eligibility. Jump shot, top in, no. Rebounded by Cooper. Break. Sarr, double team. Brooks to pull up. No.
Remember in the first 4 of Chumo Kiki the years before, obviously an Isaac Okoro. I think 11 players over the last couple of years since they.
I will now, though. I promise
hey,
you.
I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it's that good. I think.
Out from Isaac McBride, the freshman out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Rebound to Cooper.
There it is again. Get somebody a ball to touch in the high post with Sharife right there, but Schuler will take the 3.
He's not afraid to play his guys with 2 fouls. In the first half, he actually stands out.
Tonight's practice, Auburn spent all their defensive time in pick-and-roll coverage.
Fight for the loop.
Can be hot and cold. He's looking for consistency. Oh!
I'm not sure what happened.
See them next year. I think they're a Final Four contender a year from now.
Oh, shot rejected. Nicely done.
On occasion, Meyer can give the ball a headache.
Shot short. Rebound there by Thamba. Feed. Rejected that.
Look at that magical movement right there.
Tip out. Meyer. Triple. Got it.
He's got 8 points. Now Mitchell Smith, not a great three-point shooter. 3 of 20 on the year. And 7-0 Auburn run. Smith can't respond. Here he comes.
Coach Pearl tell us, they said he's kind of like a quarterback. We just try to block and give him space to go make a play. And that's what they do, get Cooper. And then the SEC became more and more competitive to where now they've split the last 40 games. Be curious to see a lot of toss-up matchups.
15 of those from the free throw line. Tillman close range. And a rebound down to the freshman star. For Auburn, 2:25 to go. Drew Smith has another block. Oh, back-to-back rejections. Wow.
Here with this free throw.
Another miss. 7 misses.
Off the bounce. And the step back for 7th. Woods won't go. And Sharife Cooper.
And the ability to go up and get it around the rim. And exceptional transition conversion offense passing team is Auburn's.
Got numbers. And a foul on the shot. This will be on Jamal Johnson. A.J. Lawson back to the free throw line.
A cutter without the ball and a three-point shooter. But he has to get where he's dragging defenses with him on the drive and get to that free throw line. For my course of time coaching and watching guys evaluating, small guards naturally have a little bit of lean back because they've had to have it to get their shot.
30. Really did. Vanover left open. Cooper the rebound. Moody, second shot attempt. This one short. Cooper the rebound. Cooper, you talked about he can lob it with either hand, but it's always accurate. Pinpoint accuracy. Thor the block.
Bruce Pearl has kept his offense simple with the addition of Cooper on the floor. A lot of middle ball screens that Kentucky's going to have to guard today.
Maybe on Nick.
Just the first 3 possessions, Kentucky much more aggressive in their half-court defense than they were Tuesday night. Pressuring up on the ball, denying.
Florida has a quad 3 loss already on their resume. It's their home loss to Kentucky. He's got to cut down on his turnovers.
Wheeler left open again. Same shot, different result.
Turnover ratio. I'm a bigger fan of turnover margin. How many times do you turn it over versus how many times do you?
And for Bruce Pearl, wasn't expecting a Coro to go. Many thought the Ant-Man could. That's not an easy challenge to face, right?
Well, ends up with Alabama. Herb Jones to John Petty around and out. So 0 for 2 to start from deep. Buckets have been 3. Outside. There is the kick out. And finally tracked down by Cooper. So back to your name drop of Urban the country.
Nice goaltending. That hit the backboard and then got blocked.
A break for Auburn.
Got a wide open 3. That's pretty good. That's how Auburn wants to play. LSU's got to corral the ball earlier, make it hard for Cooper. $120. That's a pretty penny.
Well, they're $4 a pound.
There were like 8 of us. I was on the floor. It's not even legal.
What was a Cuff family truckster back then? We're going wood panel station wagon, a Dodge.
Been on display this season for Kentucky in this young group. Mintz, the transfer from Creighton.
And may have gotten away with a little step down low just then.
Mintz running one area has grown accustomed to.
No, for sure. And you look at the numbers sometimes, 4 possessions make a big difference in the numbers in terms of ranking. But Cal's going to try to get them scoring, or at least they've been playing. Villanova came out. Those kids just wanted to play. So you just don't know how these kids are going to all react from the layoffs or not.
Off the drive to Askew. He talked about it like every coach has. No real offseason to train and get them mentally and physically ready. Askew, the flip.
Tries to hesitate a little bit once he starts going into the air to try to finish. He's got to learn to get that shot off much faster.
Askew off balance.
Vanderbilt back the other way, pitching a shutout after 2 minutes, leading 6-0. Pippen to the rim. It's 8-0.
It was still a race.
Yeah, I don't think you go wrong with either one of those, any of those choices. That's for sure. And valid points on each and every one of those.
The man tried to mix it up into a 2-3. They like to change defenses mid-possession sometimes. So 1-3-1 becomes a man, and they can go vice versa. They tried to there and over against Auburn teams and have to find a way to limit Sharife Cooper, which at this point they haven't done that yet, though.
And
on media, he's sending text messages. He's communicating with his guys, and when he was able to be with them, he's always leading vocally as well as trying to do it,
Attention. 6-point Auburn lead here. On the stretch of this first half. Schuler.
55 in the net. It's not even like a great win for your numbers, but you just got to win, and they can't keep losing games. They are on the verge of being just
grab the lead.
It's not the shot you want. He's too good. Getting him shooting a step back 3 is not really what you need to do.
The lefty Wheeler, this is an interesting matchup with Cooper.
Got to be enough spacing, enough avenues to see, your guys to get open. Good ball fake, good layup.
Combined 13 of 17 since the intermission. Fagan having a great game, and he's hit. And then Kyer commits his fourth on the other. And that basket that you're talking about gave Georgia their first win against Kentucky.
Versus running clock. Auburn has not gotten back. They've not protected the rim. When Georgia walks it up and settles
away, and here come the Bears. Butler hesitation into the
back at you.
So much to deal with when facing Baylor. Great three-point shooting team. In fact, best in the country. That three for Auburn, by the way, they were 1 for 12 from beyond the arc before that three. Butler unimpeded. And Butler.
Gonzo Martin has taken Xavier Pinson out of the game. No field goals yet for the Tigers. One free throw and
8 quick instincts.
Remember, this is just his 6th game. Pinson, but look at the numbers. Already a pair of double-doubles in points and assists. Mark Smith, Drew Smith, right hand. That one a right. Iterations of Tigers basketball the last few years. Pickett on the up and under, and that's a clear goaltender.
Had the speed. I just love seeing some of these smaller guards be the best player on the court. And there he is with a third.
And getting a battle from the Auburn Tigers. Mark Smith. Drew Smith kicks out. Pickett. Full head of steam.
Call that the hammer pass. When he drives baseline, get to that corner, he's going to be looking for you. And a left-hand pass there.
To stop Mizzou needed. Smith into the paint. Floats it up.
One of the most versatile players in the Southeastern Conference. Off the bounce.
The two. And you mentioned that Auburn has that self-imposed penalty this year. And Bruce admitted yesterday that the challenge now of keeping his guys motivated.
KU and UConn.
You're trying to be pro. What is this bid he's doing here? What is this?
No idea.
No, listen, Dana. Jimmy is available. If you want to add him to...
Right from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah.
And 5 guys in double digits.
By Farmridge. Justin Smith back from the surgery on the right ankle. Welcome addition for head coach Eric Musselman. Block.
Get some defensive turkeys. Which team can get maybe 3 stops in a row?
Note off glass.
The Hogs a lift.
Yeah, it feels like that three-pointer is kind of the lid lifter. Sills.
By Davis. Roy, it's better to be lucky than good. And maybe Moody's first lucky basket will turn him into something good. Tate in the side out. Good execution. There's the double team.
Just talent at Auburn point guard spot.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but since our graphics department was all over it, we were 1 for 15. And they took 17 of them in the first half and made only 2 of them.
Good they were in transition. That's how good they were driving the ball to the paint, getting the ball on the backboard and crashing the offensive glass. Kentucky has taken all that stuff away so far in this game.
If Ince got him with his hair, is it considered contact? Didn't appear to be much, but again, the monitor.
Ready to go a second time. Kentucky slipping defensively early on.
Cooper has great feel. He's highly skilled. Get it inside. Wow, that shot will be the mid-range game is an area where he will need to make improvements. Loop it inside. Jackson got a good look at it.
Good too. Cooper was kind of the hockey assist. He kicked it from the left side to the right side, then back to the left. That's what you want to do to trigger it.
Rejected. It's midget 67-58 Kentucky. Mintz is open. Rebound, foot four, tip in.
Their normal first halves, this is a much different scenario.
Absolutely. Dessou, with Scottie Pippen Jr. out of the basketball game, look for Dylan Dessou, Jordan Wright, and Maxwell Evans to step up down the stretch.
Wright is fouled. Dessou lays it up and in.
Off the bounce into the lane.
Some time.
Kamara.
You know what's interesting? Hey, Tom, one of the best lines I've ever heard was the fact when they
hit 23 against LSU. Wheeler with 5 now. Looking for a blow by. Got it.
Was highly successful against one of the better 1-3-1 defensive teams in Ole
Yep,
Miss.
he's got a 3 short. Now Pinson. Foul. It's for Sharife Cooper. 13 of those from the free throw line. Tillman close range. And a
number would rank #1 in the country.
Big deal. You wonder, you surprised by this start, what we've seen so far, Mark?
I am. I'm surprised that Auburn's defense is so good right. Another takeaway.
Hogs get it right back. Sills off glass. It was actually at 19. Just 4 minutes ago. Sills. Shoot a pick in half. Jalen Tate, a big reason why. And just as you say that, he throws one right off the bottom of the backboard.
One dribble too many. Not good spacing.
But important to note, hey, this one means a little bit more, and that earlier win means a lot as well for their overall resume.
And it does not get called, so be physical with that play.
One-on-one, Flanagan lowered his shoulder. Good defense from Boston. Offensive rebound, put back up and in.
And what is his game? It's getting inside the teacher defense, making plays in the paint, drawing a crowd, and
a high quality of life. Ohio is better for businesses and employees because we're not built for followers.
Picked up his 3rd personal. And here's a steal. Johnson. Another block.
Good look, though. I love the fact that Cooper has the maturity, even as a freshman, to make the simple play.
Matchups, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas Tech, and LSU in Baton Rouge. Williams will get a chance for a 3-point play. Auburn.
Urban Dictionary on line 1 for you, Dan. As Primo has it swatted by King.
Number 2 starting the second half. He only played limited minutes in the first half, but he was terrific, so he gets a start.
Got a wide open 3. That's pretty good. That's how Auburn wants to play. LSU's got to corral the ball earlier, make it hard for Cooper.
Had a big shooting night in Auburn's game at Kentucky on Saturday. Hit 5 of 6 from 3. Thomas, turnaround.
21-16 Auburn. Mintz surveys. Contact.
Is that a push off? Vanderbilt back the other way, pitching a shutout after 2 minutes, leading 6-0. Pippen to the rim. It's 8-0.
9 of their 19 points.
So you've got to be aware of how you want this game to be played and what pace you want it to be played. Ole Miss wants it in the 60s, low 70s. Auburn's
attention. 6-point Auburn lead here. Long stretch of this first half. Schuler
back. Thor can knock down 3s. We've seen Cambridge can knock down 3s. We've seen Ole Miss struggle with that at times. Everybody standing around at Flanagan going one-on-one isn't the...
Grab the lead.
It's not the shot you want. He's too good. Getting him shooting a step-back 3 is not really what you need to do.
The lefty Wheeler, this is an interesting matchup with Cooper. There is nothing if he's not coachable. He did just that.
Super play defensively, bad play off.
That three for Auburn, by the way, they were 1 for 12 from beyond the arc before that three. Butler unimpeded. Put
a staple of Bruce Pearl's offense.
Easy offensive foul. Iterations of Tigers basketball the last few years. Pickett on the up and under, and that's a clear goal attempt to stop Mizzou needed. Smith into the paint, floats it up.
One of the most versatile players in the Southeastern Conference. Off the bounce.
And a high quality of life. Ohio is better for businesses and employees. Because we're not built for followers.
KU and UConn.
You're trying to be a pro. What is this bid he's doing here? What is this?
No idea. No, listen, Dana. Jimmy is available. If you want to add him to...
Right from the free throw line tonight.
Yeah.
And 5 guys in double digits.
Tate on the side out. Good execution. There's the double team.
Wildcats, Devin Askew and Davion Mintz in the backcourt. And they're being pressured by Cooper, who ran off into a...
Cooper has 4. Auburn lead is 8. Approaching 3 to play in the first. Wheeler.
Loose. Primo through traffic and blocked. But a blocking foul will be called on the shot as well. 23 for Sharife. Well, the SEC Network has Alabama covered Monday before the...
reason is your best one for a while. But he's been terrific.
26 points, 9 assists. Thor's got 15 points.
Has grown accustomed to.
No, for sure. And you look at the numbers sometimes, 4 possessions make a big difference in the numbers in terms of ranking. But Cal's going to try to get them scoring at least 6'10" tall.
Back to single digits, 67-58 Kentucky. Mintz is open.
And if you're not by your defender, those guards will step in and take charges.
What adjustments do you anticipate Baylor to make?
I just think that rookie freshman of the year back in 02 03, but they want to be passers first.
Yeah.
Baylor understands that.
It's been as much about what Missouri has done as it has been Cooper on the bench, but Auburn just is not going to be able to compete with this.
Have their first lead, and here they come for more. And Sills traveling.
His talent at Auburn point guard spot.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but since our graphics department was all over it, we were 1 for 15. Good look. There he is, Cooper.
Yeah, there's 2 parts to that transition defense.
Assists, averaging almost 9 assists a game. And a guy that usually makes the game easier for others has really struggled to do that, partially because of...
He talked about it like every coach has, no real offseason to train and get them mentally and physically ready. Askew, the flip.
Tries to hesitate a little bit once he starts going into the air to try to finish. He's got to learn to get that shot off much faster.
Askew off balance.
And third scorer so far today, with White carrying a heavy load. And a shot clock.
Holy, how good would Auburn be?
Same high school, right, as Cooper?
Yeah, they were boys. They were supposed to play together. According to my wife, probably more so in life, too. I got to work on that. But long story short, he should have looked to turn the corner and try to make a play for himself.
Shot clock's down to 5.
There it is again. Get somebody a ball to touch in the high post with...
Well, now they'll be more than happy to play at their half-court pace with something that Kermit Davis talked about. We've got to bring the pole.
That shoots a low set shot, but here we go.
Devontae Shuler missed a chance to win it at the end of...
As Mike Anderson always used to call it, get away from the family, go get some good competition, see how you stack up, and Obviously,
to qualify for the stat services, including Kempom. But that rate is out of this world, and he's on the floor to.
Tom, so far because of the good shooting by Georgia, especially around the rim, they've had open look versus running clock. Auburn has not gotten back. They've not protected the rim. When Georgia walks it up and settles
away, and here come the Bears. Butler hesitation into the.
Really impressed, John, with this young Auburn team. If you know Bruce Pearl, you knew they were going to come out with a plan, and you knew they would battle, and they have.
8 quick instincts.
Remember, this is just his 6th game. Pinch it.
A trip like that, he'll bring the guys in and say, hey, what are your thoughts? Let's talk about it. He said, we were speechless. And
8 for Sharife Cooper. Here's Drew Smith. First.
Get some defensive turkeys. Which team can get maybe 3 stops in a row?
Note off glasses.
At their best, Alabama, they are the most difficult team to defend in this league because of their perfect spacing, how they spread the floor. They got guys that have.
If Vince got him with his hair, is it considered contact? Didn't appear to be much, but again, the monitor for Auburn critical.
Love how they spread flex action, using a little bit of clock by Pearl. Got to.
7. Jordan Wright trying to get a little too fancy. Dessou keeping it alive. They're going to say a foul, and that'll go against.
Drives his draft stock up because you saw his shot kind of leans back. He's already small, under 6 feet tall. Leans back, kind of a set shot, flat.
Well, now they'll be more than happy to play at their half-court pace with something that Kermit Davis talked about. We've got to bring the pole.
To qualify for the stat services, including Kempom. But that rate is out of this world, and he's on the floor to.
Court advantage. That's the pace they want to play, and Georgia wants to play that. But when you're on the road, now again, everything's different during COVID, right? No big.
Tell me.
Iowa.
Luke Garza. Back to live action. 4-point lead for Arkansas.
And they took 17 of them in the first half and made only 2 of them.
Yeah, those fouls have been needless fouls.
Sure. Kyer turns it over. Here comes Cooper on the floor as Flanagan connection side. The NBA has been much more receptive to smaller guards in recent.
Should be kind to him. And it's been quite a journey from Nebraska to Alaska to West Virginia to Georgia. Of course, they have the one year, the postseason self-imposed ban the NCAA is still looking into.
Man, if you're going to beat Auburn, assuming Cooper's smart enough to stay, you better.